Hey everyone, me Kevin here. Welcome back to another Market Open live stream. We have a nice green start to the day. This is despite the fact that there's talk about Fauci potentially recommending that the Biden administration impose vaccination requirements for domestic travel, which I'm not sure how far that'll go, especially since the vaccine requirements for federal contractors is held up in court. Not just in court, but the Supreme Court is going to end up hearing that potential mandate. So I'm not sure if that would end up, no pun intended, flying with the airline industry. And how that would impact the market is, of course, a little uncertain. But the market seems to be relatively positive here, despite when you even hop on over. Oopsies. I was just going to hop on over to New York City COVID cases. Here we go. There we go. Look at New York City. We're finally getting this substantial surge, which we expected to show up in the data, that we would start getting a surge that's substantially higher than anything that we've seen with Delta. And there was this thought that when we have a cross between a peak of cases of Omicron, along with lingering hospitalizations and unfortunately deaths of Delta, then we might end up seeing some more pain in the market. But we've gone into the Omicron surge with such a low amount of deaths, we might not end up seeing that kind of cross. We might just end up seeing an insane amount of cases, and then hopefully, of course, hospitalizations and deaths remain relatively flat. Something to keep an eye on, though. I mean, all of the numbers that we've seen for COVID cases in the past, I feel like are about to get blown completely out of the water. And New York City will give you a perfect first example. As well as, let's see, the United Kingdom. You can see a similar kind of surge in the United Kingdom, but look at that, which is kind of wild. Very similar to what happened in South Africa. You got that inflection point down already in cases, which is quite wild. It's worth noting that if anybody is most interested in protecting themselves, and I'm the stock doc, not a doctor. I personally believe, this is just my opinion, one of the best things to do is have an N95 respirator, which there are plenty of them on Amazon. N95 mask. And the reason I say this is because even when we know this, even the vaccines at this point, people are still getting COVID. So you're still getting those breakthrough cases. Now, you want to avoid the ones with the valves. These are valved ones over here. The KN95s, these are made with Chinese standards. And they're deemed to be about 10% less effective. They do usually have good little packs here. I don't know. Let's see here. What's this? See, here's one. N95, individually wrapped. The price has skyrocketed on these over just the last few days. You used to be able to get these for about 70 cents a piece, and it looks like they've gone up to closer to $1 a piece. These are Chinese N95s. That's crazy. Manufactured in Shanghai now. Well, hey, if they follow the N95 standard, then they can be called an N95. But anyway, the Honeywells. These are my favorite. These just went up a bunch in price. That's kind of incredible. You were able to get about 30 for like $18 not that long ago, and now you're getting 20 for $22. So you're paying over $1 a piece here. And I think this is because finally the markets or people are realizing, like, oh my gosh, yeah, this is probably, like, we should have better quality masks, which is funny because it's something I ran a campaign on in California. But nobody seems to care about logic and politics. But we all already know that. Anyway, that's just a note. And since prices are going up, like, I don't benefit at all from you buying those masks. I just say it because I love y'all. Okay, so I should have probably put some affiliate links in the bottom, but I didn't. Anyway, taking a look. So obviously we're expecting this COVID surge to continue in sort of a massive way. The reason I say an N95 mask is probably your best way of protecting yourself is, again, because the breakthrough cases that we're getting with vaccines. And there are a lot of people who've been asking, like, hey, like, what do you do if you have unvaccinated children? You don't want them to get Omicron because maybe you're worried about long COVID, not so much the severity of it. Look, I don't want to get sick either. So, for example, if I were to go on a plane, even though I'm vaccinated, I'd wear one of those. because I don't want to get sick. I don't even want I don't even want a mild cold. Don't give me anything. Anyway, we did have a ton of flight cancellations over the weekend. 1,000 flights canceled in the United States, 200 worldwide. The blame is really falling on COVID sickened workers who are calling in. And the interesting thing is, like the isolation timeframes are still like Delta levels for Omicron, and you don't really have to isolate as long with Omicron because it's a much shorter duration of a cold, right? Whatever. And it's interesting because I believe isolation is somewhere between 7 to 10 days, but this is something that most people get over within about 4 days. Knock on wood, that remains to be true. And so the airlines are complaining that, like, why are people still in isolation when they're over their cold and they're like basically out for twice the time they should be. Lot of travel though. Still, we doubled our TSA traffic on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day from last year, which was wild. It did have a lot of cancellations, though. Like I said, JetBlue had the worst, like 10% of their flights were canceled. Southwest was the best at only 1% canceled. And jumping on over into crypto, I did do a little bit of crypto buying this weekend. The crypto buying that I've started this, and I've been working on this for quite a while, but I've started just basically buying crypto in a basket of about 8 coins, and that way I could really spread the love. And so this weekend, in addition to just buying, for example, Bitcoin, I bought a basket that I have put together, which includes AVEX, Polygon Matic, Terra, Cardano, Solana, and so far we're still. Let me put it this way: there was a little Bitcoin softness over the weekend, but so far we're still in that inflection point. And you can see the little softness a little bit better here if we go to BTC. See, here's that softness. You kind of saw a little bit of the softness on the day before Christmas Day, a little flatness almost more on BTC. You got a little bit more catch-up movement on like ADA, Cardano. But we're still well, in my opinion, into this inflection point off of the bottom here. And this is a big one. When we have a massive downtrend like this, as you can see by this trend line that we've drawn, when you have a massive downtrend like this, and this is the day chart here, it's usually always been rewarded by nice breakouts. So I'm enthusiastic. I don't mind that it's taking a little longer, but I've always said that 2022 is going to be the year of crypto, and I think we're going into a really nice start here. So let me go out to the day chart here on even Polkadot here. This is just another one. It's moving quite nicely actually right now, up 24 or up 10% in the last 24 hours here. And you also saw a little bit of that flatness here on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. This is where I did a little bit of shopping, and so we got a nice little pump over here. It's cool. We'll see. I'm optimistic. That's also why I wish I had bought more of them, but I did also buy calls on Hut 8. I think this will perform quite well. So what else do we have? U.S. holiday sales up 8.5% from December or from 2020. So I'm not sure how much that really matters, the 2020 comparison. I was really trying to find the 2020 or 19 comparison, but I couldn't. But anyway, the holiday season's apparently November 1 through December 24. JP Morgan's complaining again that people are being too bearish. JP Morgan 2 weeks ago, they were the ones that were basically expecting a short squeeze, and B, we're thinking that small caps were going to see a revolution here in the next few months. What they're saying could still be true, but markets aren't by any means like rallying as crazily as some folks I think hoped for a Santa Claus style rally. I mean, here's some of the things we got. I mean, we got a momentum mover here, 20% on Camber Energy. Look at that. Shift Technologies was up 5% on Friday. It's up another 5% right now. So that's potentially one of those short squeeze stocks. Short squeeze stocks again were Shift, Corsair, Lemonade, and Tattooed Chef. The tell the way we left off on Monday as well was that I wanted to see how the market would behave for some stocks on Monday. That's today, and because I felt today would be a little bit of a tell in terms of is the market going to get on this path, this sort of escalator of positivity finally, or are we going to go back into sort of this December bearish mood that we found? And right now, it seems like it's going to be in that green direction. So very excited about that. Somebody with the name No Thinking is doing some thinking and is asking if I own stocks in N95 companies, and the answer is no, I do not. Yeah, I mean, you're also the same person who's saying your nose is a better filter. That is completely false. Your nose is not a better filter than an N95 respirator. It's completely wrong. The N95s are absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Yeah, they're really, really good. So, and they protect both ways as well. I think that's something that's important to consider too. Is a lot of the stupid cloth masks are worthless. People cough or sneeze under them, and all their particles, so to speak, their aerosols go spreading around everywhere. It's a disaster. But anyway, so take a look at this. A little bit of a back seat here on the travel stocks. Not a surprise. I've purposefully waited on buying some of these recovery stocks because I really do believe that, and I don't care if I'm wrong here because I don't need to play the recovery stocks, but I'm really thinking that come mid-January, there's going to be so much COVID everywhere. Like there are going to be COVID cases absolutely everywhere in the United States. And COVID cases are going to be so high. There's going to be so much FUD that, in my opinion, that's the time to try to get in on the recovery stocks. I could be wrong about that because the market might, and it already kind of has, Carnival Cruise Lines, just as an example, has come off of its bottom of what 1790 was roughly its bottom. It did stretch a little lower, stretched almost to the bottom of the 17s, but it's off of that. I mean, even though it's down 3.3% right now, it's still at 20.5, so it's still higher. But I wouldn't be surprised the market gets fearful that, oh my gosh, if Omicron cases surge, even though it's less concerning and less severe, we could end up having an overreaction by the Biden administration. We could end up with more, FUD, basically, because if they say, okay, you have to be vaccinated to go on a plane, well, then that's obviously going to cut into travel, which personally, like, if you're like, here's the thing. Nobody likes wearing a mask, but if you could still catch COVID vaccinated and you could still spread COVID vaccinated, then maybe they should just hand out N95s to people. I've said this even during the campaign. Send everybody N95s. They're expensive, but at least they work. They work really freaking well. That's what the government should be doing. The government should really be like doing everything in their power to stop. Like, let me put it this way. Why are you sending COVID tests? You're going to send 500 million COVID tests to everyone. Why don't you take that money and send N95s to everyone? So that way you can actually prevent the transmission. Because it's kind of like, in my opinion, you've got this government that's like, oh, crap, we're in a pandemic. Oh, we better make sure everybody has a test. Why don't you do something to actually try to prevent it in a way that you can prevent it? Like with an N95. Why did it take 2 years for people to start catching on that N95s were a good thing? I don't get it. I really don't get it. It just doesn't make sense to me. I've somebody here says N95s get rid of a lot of oxygen. I have not found that to be true. I can't tell you the data on that though. But I will tell you, if you wear a P100, you'll probably pass out after 2 hours. P100s, those are the big respirators, right? But N95s are surprisingly decent. Am I going to go on a jog with an N95 on? Hell no. But am I going to feel lightheaded wearing an N95? Unlikely. Unlikely. So I don't believe that at all. But I mean, you could look up the science of that, of course. But then these days with COVID, if you look up the science, you're just an expert Googler, and you're not to be believed because Google is leftist. And oh my gosh, like the nonsense you see in like comments or on Twitter, it's just sometimes so ridiculous. Anyway, so what else we have? Oh, Didi, there's a lockup here. There's a lockup that expires today on Didi. So we're only down 2.5%. I'm very surprised by that. Very, very surprised. Yeah, Ronald, exactly. Construction workers wear N95s all day long. Yeah, and they're working their butts off. That's absolutely right. I purposefully try to avoid the KN anything because it's just like if I'm gonna wear it, I'm gonna wear it. Why am I gonna wear one that's maybe 80% effective when I can have 90 to 95% efficacy, right? Um, Diamond. No, I know N95s won't tell you you're contagious. I'm just saying, like if you're sick, you're contagious. Now I know you could also spread it asymptomatic. Don't get me wrong. I think testing is fine, but again, like, gosh, government, send freaking masks to people. It's so dumb. Good mask, not the cheap crap. All right, I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm over it. Okay, what else? So we got to lock up on DD today. I'm not sure if we're going to see most of the selling pressure on DD today, or if we're going to see the selling pressure tomorrow. It depends on practically when people are going to be able to sell their shares. GoDaddy, I think, by the way, is doing doing well today. GoDaddy. Let me see here. I think they had like an activist investor jump on or something like that. 6% stake, I believe it was. I was reading about it. It's only up 3.6%. Okay, so that's not that big of a deal. Okay, what else here? Let's see. Somebody says they could run a 5K with an N95. That's cool. I hate running with a mask on. I feel like I'm choking, but I'm just being a little baby. Okay, so let's look at the little headlines here. And I mean, quite frankly, if you're outside, you really need it? I don't think so. I don't think so. All right, so domestic travel vaccination should be considered. So we talked about this. I think this is the kind of FUD that's gonna push recovery stocks down more. I think it's a bad idea, this suggestion, but that's just my opinion. Then we've got let's see here. Okay, we talked about DD, but this was a nominal movement so far. So look at coronavirus can persist for months after traversing body. So I want to understand this. So coronavirus that causes COVID can spread to almost every organ in the body, where it may persist for months. The National Institutes of Health found the pathogen is capable of replicating in human cells well beyond the respiratory tract. The results from, let's see here, Saturday. This is quite interesting. This is probably the long COVID talk. Yeah, this is long COVID. I just want to know if Omicron causes it. And I don't think they really mentioned that in here. What's the point of that? No, they didn't mention. How do you do coronavirus can persist for months after traversing the body? How do you not even mention the word Omicron? Yeah. All right. Whatever. It is interesting though that apparently that stuff goes everywhere inside of you when you have it. Long COVID was a big issue with Delta. We know that, but we still don't have research on whether or not Omicron would cause long COVID. And that's I think what people are more concerned with. It's like people aren't worried about a cold, basically. I know, but oftentimes in these studies you'll have them say something like, "Oh, we expect it to be similar or not with Omicron." They might say something. Surprised they didn't say anything. At least not in the Bloomberg sum here. So green stocks are slumping during an ESG boom. Yeah, this is true. We've seen definitely a sell down in a lot of stocks, whether it was Enphase off of some of its highs. You've seen a sell down of the charging companies, a substantial sell down in the charging companies. and even the S&P Global Clean Energy Index. Oh yeah, and then of course the solar companies like Sunrun, they just got smashed here recently. Personally, I think that's an opportunity. It's a great. I mean, this whole green boom isn't going to go anywhere. So the tentative trading that we have in some of the solar stocks or charging stocks, I think it's kind of ridiculous. Let's see here. Yoked Tesla. So I did not fact check this. I'm just looking at this here. First Omicron death in U.S. was a reinfection. The individual was immune compromised and not vaccinated. All right. That's unfortunate. Didi blocked its employees from selling shares in the lockups or now. I'll have to look into that. Thank you for that. All right, so let's do a peek here at some of the energy companies that have been left behind, as well as quickly looking at losers again. And it's just the cruise lines and the airlines here. DD only 1.8% down. You do have Lemonade still rotating down here. Okay. On the upside, Shift's only up about 4% now. Looks like you've got more of that momentum attention really going over to Nikola. FCell and Camber, these are absolutely momentum movers here. Upstart getting a little bit of love, but okay. Otherwise, things mostly stable here. Tesla 0.9%. Neo somewhere, where are we here? 0.56%. Okay, so somewhere in the middle here. Now, what I want to do is specifically look at some energy stocks here. So let's do that. Let's look at S-Edge. And then what we're going to do is we're going to write down, oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, yeah. So you've kind of cut out all of this recent surge that we've had here. And if you cut that all out, most of this out, you're kind of trading for roughly what we traded for in November. It's just been of last year. It's just been a wild ride. So I would almost call this mostly flat for the year. We'll look at annual performance. That's what we should do. So let's. I'm gonna write this down. So we got 4 minutes. Okay, we got 4 minutes. Let's see what we can do here. So I'm gonna write down S-Edge. That's Solar Edge. Tesla dumped them for their solar inverters. The Tesla's now making their own. Finance.google.com, folks. My favorite way to compare Solar Edge. It's just the most basic way to do it. Year to date, oh my gosh, it is down 28% year to date. Enphase is only up 9% year to date. Holy moly. Like, that's a steal and a half right there. First Solar down 13%. SunPower down 18%. Canadian Solar is down 40%. I do not love investing, by the way, in the panel manufacturers. But I mean, golly, that is a sell down there. Generac's actually up 56%, but they're I don't know if have they gotten into batteries yet, because they used to just be generators, like gas powered home generators. That'd be interesting to see. Generac. If they do batteries, that could be interesting. Let's see here. I don't think they do. Oh, solar and battery storage. Oh, they are getting into it. That's smart. Oh, that's really smart. Yeah, they're a massive generator manufacturer. I mean, that's their name after all, Generac. Industrial generators, home generators, and all this. But home power backup. I want to see the batteries here. Well, they even make pressure washers. My goodness, they make a lot of stuff. But oh my gosh. Yeah, look at that. They got massive. Hold on. Home backup generator. Well, these are I don't know if these are battery. These could be gas. Let's see here. Is it gas or what does it use? Battery? Monitor battery. No, it is is that really a battery? I mean, it's 26 kW. I guess so. Manufacturer backup power. Wow. Because I'm used to these. See, like in Florida, You used to get these big things and they tell you how much power they could replace, but they were like massive machines that you would, I'll look into this later, that you would have like sometimes even external tanks for, gas tanks or propane tanks or whatever, just so that way when hurricanes came by, you'd have some power. But anyway, the market's about to open. I'm going to look more at Generac. I mean, wow. But then again, that's the stock that's up. That's probably the stock you shouldn't be looking at. But anyway, what's another one here really quick? Let's just throw in Sunrun before the market opens here. Oh my gosh, Sunrun's down 50%. Can we do one more maybe here? Solar. We got most of them in here. All right, let's go ahead and get the open here.
Chinese securities regulators have been investigating Didi. But what's most interesting, Carl, about the continued slide of Didi on the back of that piece is that normally you see the stock go down when insiders sell shares. Now they're going down because insiders won't be selling shares, which is sort of the flip side of what you'd expect.
Yeah. Remarkable story. And obviously China will continue to be a huge story in 2021 for a variety of reasons beyond stock listing. There's the opening bell and the CNBC real-time exchange. At the big board, it's Bank of America celebrating its 9th annual Winter Village in New York City. And at the NASDAQ, it is the United States Postal Service with Operation Santa. And as we just mentioned a moment ago, Scott, congratulations for making sure that the worst.
All right. So that's interesting. I'm going to try to understand this with Didi here. But yeah, later I'll have to look into Generac a little bit more. I mean, that's incredible. It's a transfer switch for the generator. Yeah, I'll look into it. I'm just not as well versed in understanding whether they do have what all their products are. Anyway. Here. Generac. Okay. Home backup generator protects your home automatically. That's what I thought. It runs on natural gas or propane. Sits outside like a central air conditioning unit. That's what I thought. And it's so confusing because they now they're listing these with these kilowatts. But again, that my understanding was that was always based on how much gas you could burn, how many kilowatts you could basically replace, because especially in a place like Florida, you need a lot for all the AC that you want to run. Okay, I don't think then they do batteries, but I thought we saw that on the homepage. See, solar plus battery storage savings. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Here we go. And the giant vents on the side were a little bit of a tell that the other one was the gas burner or whatever. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so it looks like they are getting into battery as well, which makes sense because I think in the long term, these batteries will replace probably their larger gas burning systems. So, but I you could look into their earnings reports to see how much. Well, yeah, I'll just do it really quick. Generac, investor relations. Really quick look. Man, let's know. What I really want to see is how much they do solar versus or like battery versus the old school stuff. I would expect it's going to be like 90% old school stuff. Their website's kind of loading slow though. We might come back to this. All right, we'll come back to that. All right, let's go see how things are moving now that the bell has occurred. Okay, shift. Let's see, sort actually properly here. There we go. Okay, so Voyager Digital. Okay, Voyager Digital just glitched here for a moment. There we go. Wow, Dutch Bros taking off 7% all of a sudden. Is this just a launch here at the beginning? No. What? No, it's down. Come on, Weeble. What are you doing to me? I'm not losing my mind. I just saw Dutch Bros up 7%, and now it's down like 0.4% or whatever. Thanks, Weeble. Whatever. It seems to be up to date now, I hope. Camber Energy up 19%. Cardano up 7.7%. Finally getting that rally again at ADA. That one's been suffering for a while. Nikola, that rally's fading a little bit, down about 5.5%. Upstart. This is another big trading stock, and I think we're going to keep seeing momentum on Upstart. Affirm coming back 3.5%. Some of that buy now, pay later FUD goes away. Etsy 1.7. Tesla's going up 1.2. Towards the downside, it looks like the cruise lines are selling off more along with the airlines selling off some more, and Lucid's at support, also potentially rotating to the downside a little bit. How's Hut 8 doing? Let's see if there are any options. Hut 8's falling at the open here. Nice little sharp fall here, so we'll keep an eye on this. Trade Desk at 97. Boy, that was a steal at 85. Cloudflare sitting right at about 140 and Shift at 2%. Okay. All right. So let's see if this Generac page actually loaded here. Okay, cool. Here's a quarterly. We'll see how long this takes. Oh, that was decent. Okay. So if I go to here, net sales. Okay. Just talk about net sales. Well, I'll do a quick little search for battery. I really 2 words, 2 references for batteries. Oh, you guys suck. Come on. Everybody wants to know. You know what this is a sign of is that they probably don't actually sell that many batteries yet. Wouldn't be surprised if they end up like outsourcing to like a company like Enphase and then trying to rebrand or something. I don't think they do that. I certainly don't know that they do that, but it wouldn't surprise me. But I'm going to look again here. Battery. Okay. Let's see here. Battery, integrate. Oh, wait. I saw percentages. Residential products comprised of okay. That doesn't quite make sense. Like these are comparing years. Yeah, those are just comparing years. That doesn't help me. Residential is about half of what they sell. Okay, got it. And Generac. Now, only 8 mentions of battery with no idea in the annual report how much actually goes to battery stuff. They just don't want to tell you. They really don't want you to know. All right. Whatever. Yeah, no, I would not personally be excited about Generac if we're not big on batteries, which to me it seems like we're not. They've performed very well this year. They've outperformed all of the other energy stocks, and I would probably wait. I'd rather throw down on all of these energy stocks before Generac, probably. So, like, if I were going to make a basket out of all of them, would I consider throwing Generac in it? Maybe. Look at Tesla run here. But yeah, I don't think it would be a big allocation in that pie. So Tesla's almost up 3% here, getting a little bit of a rally. It seems to be bouncing off about 1,100 here. Affirm's also getting a little bit of a push, sitting at about 4.6% right now. Carnival Cruise Lines is weakening again. It's going to be under $20 here soon. The market is not liking this potential for more restrictions coming from the okay, I get this reference here. And the NZ guy says Generac is the GM of batteries, leading the field. Okay, this is a reference to the CEO of GM saying they're leading the EV revolution, leading the field of the EV revolution. Oh my gosh. That's a good one. Check out VLDR for robotics. Oh, the VLDR. Yeah, I always thought they were a LiDAR play. I didn't know that they did robotics as well. Is that true? VLDR, the LiDAR play for robotics? VLDR. I hate having so many tabs open, so give me a second here. There we go. Okay, so powerful LiDAR solutions. Products. Yeah, I only see LiDAR here. So it must be a different one. VLDR, but that is what I wrote down. Do you have thoughts on STEM? STEM Solar. What do they do? Oh, I've looked into this company before. I don't remember what my problem was with it. I don't remember. But yeah, I'm gonna write this one down, and I want to do maybe a little bit of a dive on this one later. I can't remember exactly what it was. I remember this was more grid focused than residential focused, I believe, but beyond that, I can't remember much. Anyway, okay. So, did you hear about Chinese citizens that are saying because of Starlink satellite almost hitting us? No, I've never heard of a. Is that true? Starlink satellite. I can't even spell that. Can I spell that? Whatever. ISS. Yeah. Oh, 2 L's. I don't see any news on that. Oh, yeah, here. NDTV gadgets. Starlink satellite space station near miss. Chinese citizens lashed out against billionaire Elon Musk. 2 satellites from Starlink had 2 close encounters with the Chinese space station. Oh, that's interesting. The Chinese space station implemented preventive collision avoidance control. All right, guys, we're going to move the whole space station. Oh, man. It's getting crowded up there. Oh, my gosh. What happened over here? Just went away there for a second, and all of a sudden just started going up. All right, anyway. That was Velodyne. So a little bit of softness coming back in over the last few minutes here on Affirm. Tesla's also softening a little bit. So some of that enthusiasm slowing down a little bit. I think really the weight of all this COVID stuff is not going to be too good here. So let me see here. Let's do SPY. SPY's kind of holding on stable here. Do I see Corsair moving at all? No, not really. Yeah, let's do a quick look at BTC. Oh, yeah. BTC doing nicely here. A little bit of a push. Awesome. ABML. I don't know what that ABML. I don't know anything about that one either. Happy to take a quick peek, though. All right, let's see. So what else do we have? First, let's do another hunt. Okay, Invitae down there. Oh, man. Some of the therapeutics are tough. All right, let's see Financial Times first. Okay, let's see. So T. Rowe Price is worried about speculation in the market. Yep, no doubt about speculation in the market. Didi blocks employees. Okay, so I want to understand this. What is this? Didi has barred current and former employees from selling shares indefinitely. Oh my gosh. Oh, I see. So the lockup was supposed to end today. They're like, no, just kidding. You can never sell your shares. Whew. Yeah. All right. Sucks. What do we got? Germany's. Oh, COVID legislation coming to Germany. That's interesting. Ooh, like, I wonder if they can get this. The Starbucks of cannabis. You know, I really think there's a huge potential for a lot of money to be made in cannabis. I just think our government is moronic. That'll be interesting. I'll wait to see how Germany plays out before I pay attention to the drama. But we'll see if anything passes over there and how that plays out. That's very interesting, though. America is just California, I should say, is a cluster F when it comes to legalizing cannabis. Just so bad. Such a dumb government. I think we're like in our city, we're allowed to have like, I don't know. Somebody told me who has experience in this COVID. We're only allowed to have like 3 locations open up within the next year and a total of 5 or something like that. Everything is limited. You go through like a lottery almost for the licenses. All of the crap in California just incentivizes illegal activity. It's insane. But anyway, space-based solar power could be deployed in 10 years. So that sounds fascinating. Okay. All right. So let me look at how are our treasuries doing. Let's see here. So we have. Let's go to bonds. So 10 years down a little bit. That's good. We don't really want to see that pushing up. The more we see the 10 pushing up, the more folks get nervous about inflation. So we don't really want to see that. All right, good. Wall Street. Oh, did I say COVID? Not it can't. Well, y'all knew what I meant. Government race to ease staff shortages. Yeah, hiring is like impossible. Millions in UK await treatment, but not for COVID. Oh, right, because for other things, beds get filled up. Okay. $900 billion cash pile. Who's got the cash pile? Investors defying share price slump for newly public companies. Oh, that's right. I was reading yesterday about how bad a lot of IPOs have performed in 2021. Especially SPACs. I mean, SPACs got destroyed. Ugh. Oh, the Velodyne sensors, you're saying, are in drones and robots and that. Wow. That makes sense. Okay. What else is going on? We hit the news. Invitae's fallen. I'm going to find out why Invitae's falling. Invitae's doing a little bit of a crash. All right. Let's see here. Let's see what we can find out. Invitae. And we'll see what other news we got here too. Invitae. I never spelled that one. Invitae. Oh my gosh. Got it. All right. Let's see what's going on this one. Invitae. There's like no news. No news on Invitae. It's just down 6%. There's your news. All right, then. Fine, then. Okay. What other news? So stocks rise in thin trading. Ooh, what do we got? Thin trading and a mood of caution as traders evaluated spiking COVID cases. I mean, all right. Santa Claus rally might have to wait until next year. But Kamala Harris still wants to get the $2 trillion package. Oh, Kamala. Is it going to happen? I don't know. It's so up in the air as to whether or not we're actually going to end up getting this package next year. Because next year we go into election mode. You know, midterm election mode. And then the first 2 years of Biden being able to get stuff done, it's over. Yep. All right, what other news? Okay, yeah. Tech stocks take flight. Futures clone. Well, yeah, we're past that right now. Travel stocks suffer. Bearish outlook on gold. Does anybody here actually invest in gold? Like more than like 1% of your portfolio? Okay, here we go. So impact of self-isolation could be 2022's biggest wild card. That is how worried are people individually going to be? Very interesting. All right, I'll go back to you. Yeah, BTC is your gold. Yeah, I agree. CrowdStrike, I like CrowdStrike, but yeah, maybe we should make a video on them one day. All right, so we don't know why Invitae is selling off. We just know that it is. We also see EVgo selling off, Arcimoto selling down, Smile Direct, Hippo, Hyliion, a lot of things here rotating down. Look at that. Lemonade's going down another 3%. Redfin almost another 3%. I mean, not everything's green here. Zillow. Wow. And then you've got, ARC's even down. SoFi's down. Enphase is down. Well, this isn't that green. Shift went down. Shift was like up 5% in the pre-market. Now it's down. MP Materials is going to new highs here, $46. That one's just been, people have been loving that one. Firm up 3%. Still working on recovering there. Where'd Tesla go? Oh, Tesla fell back down a little bit, 1.6. Kind of wild market. All right, let's look at BTC for a moment. So someone said, let's see here. No, okay. Yeah, well. What is going on with a pullback here? No, not really. I mean, look at the SPY. I just see a lot of the green stocks that we're running are pulling back a little bit. Yet, of course, the SPY keeps moving up. And that's the thing about this market is, you get so much volatility underneath it all. It's like under the ocean, but on top, it's just smooth sailing. I mean, look at this. Lucid's down 4.7%. Let's see if there's news on Lucid. Huh. Their SPY's just running. Are the recovery stocks recovering already or what? Where'd Carnival go? Are people buying the dip on the recovery stocks already? Yeah. That's literally what's happening. What? Oh my gosh, that is weird. Look at Carnival. Rotated down and now it's recovering, and now it's just miscellaneous stocks falling like Lucid. Let's figure out if there's an update on Lucid. All right, let's see here. Lucid. Lucid. No news here. I mean, there's a piece in Investor Place about how they can't justify their $88 billion valuation, but I mean, we know that. But beyond that, yeah, I don't really see a catalyst here on Lucid moving. Who knows? All right. So the crypto stocks are doing fine. Nvidia's up a couple percent. Tesla's trying to stick around 2%. Affirm up about 3%. But otherwise, the pain on recovery stocks, which was getting worse, seems to be subsiding already. And because of that, the S&P is continuing to move to the upside. It's really incredible. What a U-turn on the recovery stocks. That was so fast. I mean, SoFi is now doing better, or is now doing worse, rather, than Cheesecake and Airbnb and Marriott. Wow. Okay. Oh, well. I like the idea. Yeah, we've looked into selling puts on Hood a lot. Hood's just been like a failure to launch. I mean, I bought a big bet, or placed a big bet at $18, but it just keeps and a little bit above it as well, and originally above it as well from IPO times. But we got a bottom, but it has just been slow to move. But so have a lot of the fintechs. If you look at the fintech space, it's not just Hood. It's SoFi is stuck on the floor. SoFi stuck at the floor over here. You've got Square, which is also stuck at the floor. You've got PayPal, which is stuck at the floor. I mean, all of the fintechs are just sitting in the toilet. That's all. That's what you've got. All right. Person who keeps spamming Blend. Yeah. Blend's up 1%. I see it. Yeah, even Palantir. It's a lot of pain on some of these. Upstart. If I was gonna day trade, I'd probably day trade Upstart. I've just been watching this one U-turn off of the 128, and I kept saying I was waiting for it to go under 130, and it did, but then I didn't buy it. That's still relatively close to that. I mean, it's just 154. It's not like it's that much over 130. I mean, what is that? What, 10%? No, I don't know. 18%. Yeah. But still, I mean, compared to the insanity they had, I mean, I don't expect it to go back to those insane levels, but whatever. All right, let's find some other news. Let's see what else is going on. Let's see what else. You know, the Christmas music's got to stop in my head. It's over. Christmas is over now. Kind of sad. It means all the holiday decorations are going to go away soon. Oh, well. Yeah. All right. So we talked about Omicron. We talked about the travel. Talked about cancellations. Talked about Didi. Biden does pick 3 members of the Federal Reserve Board soon. And that could be a little bit of a tell as to whether or not he ends up picking people who are a little more dovish or hawkish. So that could be really interesting. Mm-hmm. All right. Someone says Tesla's going down. Let's take a quick look. Let's see. I mean, not any more wildly than that little run that we had there. I think what you almost had was institutions like, oh no, all right, recovery stocks are selling. Quick, go to tech. And then all of a sudden recovery stocks started getting better. And it's like, no. The pain in recovery is already over. Get back to recovery. It somewhat feels like that emotional. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if that's kind of exactly what happened. GameStop's falling off a cliff, by the way. Look at this, it's at 140 right now. It's down 7%. Sundial, AMC's falling again. AMC down to 27 again. Lemonade 4.3% to the downside. Ouch! Just keeps getting hit here. Although the bottom was 40 for Lemonade, so it could always bounce off that again. We'll see if it does. Hippo at 299. My goodness. Yeah, there's Shift Technologies going down again. Look at Shift. Down another almost 3%. Spirit Airlines only down 2.7. Delta 2.4. This is the most tentative market we've seen in quite a while. Arc Innovation down 1.5%. Toast started running last week. All right. Let's see here. Let's look at FT again. And how are the indices doing broadly? Let's see if that's up there. Oh yeah, they're not as enthusiastic as they were at open. That's for sure. So you got Dow Jones up 0.27, S&P up 0.5, Nasdaq up 0.52, and Russell's down 0.27. This is less enthusiastic than what we had at open. Somebody wants to know if I'm going to see the new Spider-Man. I already saw it, and I did take a good 45-minute nap during it, and I still felt like it was really long. That's all I gotta say. Hedge funds one. Okay. All right. Are we out of news? This is it? No news. Omicron spread. Got it. Can you go back to talking about let's see. We can go back to talking about masks like we did at the beginning. Probably not. More black kids are suicidal. That's not good. All right. I'm running out of things to look at here. No. Yeah, I think the biggest thing of 2022 is going to be who's going to be able to get the employees. That's going to be so big. Oh, look, how ironic. Maybe not ironic. There's that Generac. Look at them trying to sell their power cell on right after that comes the Chevron commercial. Okay. Or no, this is the investing club. Whatever. All right, anyway. So yeah, who's going to be able to get the jobs? That's going to be a big deal for 2022. Anyway, bullish on crypto. Excited to see how crypto does. I've been adding over and over again. Ooh, Tesla's back up 2.4% now. But yeah, I'll continue sending alerts for when I do some more buying. I think I'm excited for 2022 on crypto. Anyway, folks, I gotta go. I'll see y'all on the next one. And yeah.